Hey guys, Marsingan here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so we got the new BROLY. We're going to jump in and check him out at 55%. Mine is 55%, obviously freshly pulled full level 1 links. The friend is 69%, so has 1 dupe. I didn't actually check the link levels. It was the only BROLY friend actually available. But I'm going to jump in and check our boy out. Here's the intro animation. So you have the suppressed base BROLY. So base BROLY can't attack, but is a absolute ridiculous tank. And of course he can be transformed straight away. So the interesting thing is we got double BROLY rotation, which normally is not really what you want. But you could transform one of them straight away and then have them together, which would be interesting. Oh yeah, Sora, yeah. So shout out to my boy Sora. He'd gone for the instant link level 10, so fair. Alright, so we'll take a look at the new TEQ BROLY. He's a Carnival LR, so he has a full 200% leader skill, which is for movie bosses, which is a bit of a shame. It means Paragus can't even be on his team, which is weird. The LR is very cool, though. Has the power-up animation. Yeah, that is cool. The headset of the glow of the like headdress thing, because the fact that the hair actually changes as well, because he has like the base hair, Paragus in the background. I think that's one of the more detailed like LRR animations, because normally you get like an aura and stuff like that, but the actual character art changes, like his face and his hair changes. It's pretty cool. So yeah, he has no super attack because he cannot attack. He has the entrance animation, which gives him damage reduction for 1 turn. If he's in slot 1, it's 90%. If he's in slot 2 or 3, it's 70%, but then he also gives Extreme Allies 50% crit chance. And then he just has, in general, Extreme Allies 2 key, attack and defense 60%, 200% defense for himself, and guards all attacks. So you can see he starts off with 280k is the 69% one in slot 1. 280k defense plus guard plus 90% damage reduction when he's in slot 1. So he's not taking a lot of damage from basically anything. Like if we calculate, I always do 3 million just as a number, like off the top of my head. But if we take into account like a 3 million damage super attack, take off 90%, it would be 300k. With guard and having almost 300k defense, that means he would eat a 3 million damage super attack here in slot 1 for double digit damage. So that is pretty good. So I do want to keep him untransformed for now, I guess. Unfortunately, having the other BROLY on the first turn means that he won't have the defense on the next turn. So that is a little bit unfortunate, but I guess we'll just keep it like this. I mean, key for him on the first turn is not really even important because he can't attack. And I'll just transform both the BROLYs next time. But yeah, when his intro runs out, so it's only on the first turn he gets the damage reduction. So that means on the next turn, turn 3, he just has 200% defense, the extreme ally support, and then guard. So at that point, he obviously then is not good at all defensively. But you would then just transform him because as you saw, the active skill was available straight away. He can transform straight away on turn 1. So if you want to, if you're in a shorter event, like if you're in something like Super Battle Road, Battlefield, I guess the thing is like the World Tournament, he does have an AoE, but it means you'd have to be wasting a whole bunch of time because you'd have to transform him instantly, which means you have to do the active skill. Even with the animation skip on, wait for like a few seconds for it to go through. And then the support, is the support part of the intro? Let's have a look. The 50% crit chance is part of the intro thing if he's in slot 2 or 3. But this bit down here is Extreme Allies 2 key, attack and defense. Is it part of the thing? I guess there is no... Yeah, there is no thing there, so maybe. Right, so... How do I even want these rotations to be? I want Turles on the other rotation, I guess? I don't know. Let's let Cell Max just annihilate Goku here. Keep those tech orbs there. But yeah, he's definitely not going to be a World Tournament unit. You'd have to transform him, and then like getting 18 key without him having any build-up would probably be quite difficult. But it's just funny that like they give some of these units like big AoE attack. Like AGL Broly, after he transforms, has an AoE, but there's no events where like 4 or 5 turns in you're fighting multiple enemies. So it's only an interesting design choice. But alright, so we've got physical Turles on the team basically just so we have enough planetary destruction characters for the Turles LR to get their full passive active. Obviously we know from the Dokkan now that Int Broly is getting his easy A, so he of course will take our spot on this team. Alright, so now it's turn 2, so we'd have 210k defense. We do have guard, but we don't have any other like damage reduction or anything, so he would be an absolute liability now. But we can transform, which we are going to do. There we go. Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. So, yeah, you can put skill orbs on them if you want. I just need a 55% one for the showcase. Right, so that art's sick. Even like the little icon at the bottom looks really good. The shading on like the face and everything's very well done. So there he is, Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. Now, of course, he can attack. So we have the 12 key super, raise attack and defense for 1 turn, colossal damage. The 18 key is greatly raise attack, which is an infinite stack, mega colossal damage to all enemies. And then our passive, key 3, attack and defense 260%, and then he has 50% damage reduction for 3 turns from his entry turn, so from when you transform. So we're on turn 3 now, so that would be turn 3 and turn 5. He gets an additional 26% damage reduction. So he has 76% damage reduction right now. Gets an additional attack and defense 150 when performing a super, 1 key up to 5, and crit chance 10% up to 50 with each attack performed. So once he's done 5 attacks, he's fully built up. That means you probably don't have to give him a lot of crit. With each attack performed, launches an additional attack that has a high chance to become a super attack within the same turn after receiving an attack. So if he gets hit, he gets a guaranteed extra attack that has a 50% chance to be a super. Gets an additional 200% defense before attacking, and guards all attacks as the first attacker in the turn. So once you've transformed him, you can put him in slot 1. He gets extra defense, guard, 76% damage reduction. And then if he's in slot 2 or 3, he gets a guaranteed additional super. He gets 3 key and 50% crit when there's a pure Saiyan or Earthbred fighter's enemy, and he gets an disables enemy's action, so an action break at 24 key. So because we're fighting a Goku, we are getting that buff. So that means if you're fighting a pure Saiyan or an Earthbred fighter, once he's done 5 attacks, he then has a 100% chance to crit. So being that he's a tech unit and he gets free level 5 crit at 55%, I feel like he's a unit that you just give 0 crit in the hidden potential. You just want additional, and then I guess the rest into dodge, which he doesn't necessarily need because he's super tanky, but because yeah, he has 252k and 76% damage reduction. So again, if we use the good old 3 million damage example for a super attack, minus 76% is 720k. So with guard, that softens it a little bit. So he would still be taking damage in slot 1, although I don't know if he gets the extra 200% defense until he's actually locked into being in slot 1. So I think his defense technically goes up once we've picked up all the orbs. I can't remember how that like calculation works. I don't know if like Bringer or Proton or anyone else who knows is in the chat, but anyway, let's see how we get on. So this is the friend one, so he's 69%. We've got Saiyan Warrior Race prepared for battle and Fierce Battle active. So let's see what he's doing here. So yeah, we take the normals for double digits as expected, and then 14.9, so 15 million with the 1 dupe. Obviously, bear in mind, he's infinitely stacking on the 18 key as well. He got hit, so we get the guaranteed extra attack, which is 10 mil. Yeah, okay. So what I thought when I saw his animations, that they would look a bit smoother in ×2. There's the additional from his passive that he gets anyway. So there's another super. And bear in mind, he raises his defense. He gets 150% on super, and then gets the 30% raise for every 12 key extra that he does as well. Plus, still keeping that 76% damage reduction and guard. So that's pretty good. Yeah, Turles can get a couple of supers off here. Let's see, where's his the active skill OST? Because we'll be using that on the next turn as well. Bear in mind, he has an active skill that then gives him a permanent buff, which we're going to talk about on the next turn. So, I really needed to Rudigan to kill him then. So we're going to transform this Broly. Watch the animation again, because why not? Alright. So yeah, he shares 5 links, I think. Yeah, with the AGL Broly, who obviously is going to be a great unit on his team. AGL Broly, not really a slot 1 unit, but this guy can now be on the team to be a slot 1 unit instead. So that's obviously really good. The fact that the two of them work really well together is obviously fantastic. Cellmac's not going to get to do anything here, but... So yeah, take those hits. So, I mean, again, not 55% level 1 links. It's pretty good. The action break, obviously, really good. He has the KO screen as well with the laugh. So you gotta love that. And then now we get on to turn 5. So this is the friend Broly. This is the last turn where he'll have the 76% damage reduction. He's getting support from the Turles army now as well. But we can use his active skill on this turn. So his active skill can be used the turn after you transform. So from the next attacking turn. It gives him a permanent ki +3 and attack and defense 26%, which is multiplicative. So 26% might not seem like a lot. But if we see here, he has 287k defense at the start of the turn. So we'll go ahead and use the active skill. We're going to see this so much because his active skill is so free. Like, you're going to see it every time you use him. So Paragus is going to get crushed to death like 1,000,000 times across the worldwide celebration. It's a shame it doesn't have the actual end part where he then just throws the like crumpled bit into space. But okay, so now he's up to 362. So he gained about 80k defense from that. Which, bear in mind, in slot 1, still has guard, 76% damage reduction on this turn. But the important thing is it increased the attack. We also have the support. The extra 3 ki plus the build-up he got from doing 3 attacks in the previous turn, and the support that he gets from the Turles army, means that he's already at 24 ki at the start of the turn. We haven't even picked up any orbs, and he's already got 24 ki. So we can go ahead and do that. Do this. And then get the 18 ki for you. So he was at what? Was it 15 mil? Or 14 point something, wasn't it? His first turn, the 69% friend. 23 million. Okay. That's pretty good. And there's the action break. Tola's at 10. But yeah, Broly definitely putting out the damage. Tola's up to 11 mil here. Hopefully physical Tola's doesn't get supered though. Because yeah, physical Tola's, I can tell you right now, will absolutely not be on the team when Broly gets an easy A. We just needed him to be on the team to be the 5th planetary destruction character for the LR Turles army. And he is getting supered, amazing. He might actually die. Well, he did triple super, I don't know. He's got the damage reduction built up as well. Okay, yeah. I mean, that's a big chunk of damage, but we don't die. I mean, yeah, this Goku event obviously normally is quite long, which is why we use it for showcases, but he does, of course, take more damage from tech enemies, and Broly, being a tech unit that does pretty crazy damage. Oh, and of course, let's not forget that Broly will get buffed by AGL Broly's domain. So let's go ahead and do this. If we can get both the full power Brolys out here. Dragon Ball Super full power Broly. And then Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. Because, yeah, his domain actually gives Broly the full buff, right? Because isn't it extreme? No, is it? Yeah, it's extreme allies 10% and then additional 10% for exploding rage or movie bosses. So Broly gets the full domain buff from AGL Broly. So that's another 20%. So it'll be interesting to see now that this being my one, 55% level 1 links. He has links active with the full power Broly, and he has the domain buff from the full power Broly, and now he has his own active skill buff. So a 55% level 1 links, no support on the rotation outside the domain. He's at 317k start of turn with the 76% extra dodge, all of that, extra guard, the 200%, which I think doesn't activate until you pick up all the orbs. But yeah, that seems pretty good for a 55% level 1 links unit. Let's see what he's doing here damage-wise. Yeah, 22.2 million for 55% level 1 links. I can't really say no support because we have the domain, but yeah, no support outside of the domain is pretty crazy. Now the final turn is where it could potentially get a bit scary because he has well, I say only, but he has 50% damage reduction. He still has 381k, but I guess the main thing is once you get to the turn where he loses that little bit of extra damage reduction, you then just don't put him in slot 1. Because now on this rotation, like, a Cell Max probably would actually just kill Goku, but I was going to say, all you would do on this rotation is just use the target ability for Cell Max. In fact, I'll just do that now. I could still just put him in slot 2, I guess. Although I wonder if Cell Max's his active skill won't kill him, will it? Does do some big damage. Oh, and of course we have the physical Turles intro because we're fighting Goku. That's another thing to bear in mind. But yeah, Broly just auto on 24 key now as well. So there you go. Cell Max can eat the hits. Obviously not going to take any damage. He only did normals anyway, so Broly would have tanked for double digits. 26 million. And that's the friend with the 1 dupe. So 26 mil. And there's that KO screen again. So there you go. That is the TEQ Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. Absolutely ridiculous. I think he could maybe be the new best unit in the game. I'm not sure. He feels like he's more oppressive offensively than Beast Gohan is. But maybe Beast Gohan is a little bit better defense-wise in terms of he is tankier for longer. And he does have the target ability that then protects the whole team, which this Broly doesn't. But characters on his team like Cell Max do. So his team is obviously, you know, going to be very good by the end of the celebration. Like I say, we need the Int Broly EZA to put him on the team. Some of the other stuff that will come during the celebration will obviously buff Broly's team quite a bit as well. But there you go. That is the TEQ LR Broly at 55%. Let me know what you guys think of him down below in the comment section. If he's not number 1, I think he's probably number 2. Is he better than Cell Max? Probably. I don't know. Turn 1, he's definitely... Because Cell Max's weakness is turn 1. If he gets blasted by a slot 1 super from a tough boss on turn 1, he does actually take a lot of damage. Especially like Cell Max phase 2. But anyway, let me know what you guys think down below. He's a beast. The animations are good. Very happy with how he turned out and very impressive at 55%. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out all the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.